All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Brian Albertson. Thank you for joining us for the virtual college exploration for all Illinois students. This is a series of programmed events regarding the college search process, as well as different institutions from the state of Illinois, 42 other states, and 12 countries in total. So we're excited to have you as part of this event. Tonight, you are hearing from Illinois State University. And to ask questions of us as presenters, you'll use the question and answer button at the bottom of your screen there. So just type in your questions there, and me and my colleague Samantha will be happy to take those questions at the end of the presentation. Your camera and microphone are both turned off, so you don't have to worry about those being on at this point. We can't hear you nor see you. So hopefully you're in the comfort of your home, maybe with the windows open, beautiful night, right? So hopefully you are enjoying yourself. And again, we aren't able to see you or hear you at this moment. And then we do welcome you to sign up for more sessions on the Illinois Association for College Admissions Counseling website, which is IACAC.org. And a recording of this session and all other sessions of this program are available about a week or so after each presentation takes place, again, on our website, IACAC.org. All right, so we will go ahead and get started with the main event. I'm going to welcome my co-presenter, Samantha Miranda, back onto the presentation here tonight.
Hi, Brian. Hi,
hey,
everyone.
Sam. How's it going?
Good. Happy to be with you all here tonight and co-present our Everything About ISU session.
All right, awesome. Well, yes, again, thank you all for joining us to learn a little bit more about Illinois State University. We have an excellent program for you tonight. And let's get started talking about where we are located. So Illinois State University is located in Normal, Illinois. We're about 2 hours south of Chicago, 2.5 hours north of St. Louis, about 3.5 hours from Milwaukee, and 3 hours from Indianapolis. We know many of you are coming from the state of Illinois today, as this is an Illinois specific program, but we think it's really important for you to know that we are in the heartland of Illinois. We like to say we're really in the middle of, in the heart of central Illinois. Now, to get started, we were founded in 1857 as Illinois State Normal University. That was a teacher's college. And so for the first 100 years on campus, the only academic program we had was teaching. This was our first graduating class, as you can see on screen here. And in the 1960s, we greatly expanded the course offerings and the programs on campus. We now are a university with more than 20,000 students and 150 academic degree programs. You can see our incoming freshman and transfer classes from this past year on the football field. Unfortunately, this wasn't a tradition we were able to play out this year with our new students on the turf at Hancock Stadium, but that's certainly something that we hope you can be a part of in future years. As again, we're a large public university in the state of Illinois, and we'll talk a little bit about more of who we are. Like I said, just over 20,000 students on campus. About 30% of our students are transfer students coming from a 2-year community college or another 4-year institution. And when you look at a mid-sized, larger public university like Illinois State, it's pretty unique that you're going to find such a large percentage of students. In fact, 90% of our students are what we call undergraduate seeking students. An undergraduate is a student who is seeking their first college degree, their bachelor's degree, and that really plays into your experience on campus, which we're going to break down in just a little bit. You can see the breakdown of gender on the screen there. 57% of our students are female, 43% are male. 47 states and over 74 countries are represented on our campus. In fact, 26% of our students identify as coming from an underrepresented population. Speaking a little bit more about that diverse student group on campus and how people find community on campus, it's really important to know that we have a great resource network and ways for students to get involved and plugged into the community. We're actually really excited to announce that we're opening a brand new multicultural center this fall, encompassing our Association of Latin American Students, Black Student Union, Asian Pacific American Coalition, and Pride LGBT group. And so all of these groups are coming under one roof in our multicultural center, which we're really excited about, to really give those students support and all students on campus a support and a place for them to feel welcome on campus. Now, in terms of students being successful on campus, Sam, could you talk a little bit about our success metrics that we have at Illinois State?
Absolutely. Thank you, Brian. Yes, so Illinois State ranks in the top 10% in the nation in these three really big areas that designate a university's success. Retention rate, graduation rate, and low loan default rate. Students like it here, they stay here, they graduate at really high rates, and they go on and find jobs, not just any jobs, but good paying jobs that allow them to pay back the loans they may have had to take out to afford their bachelor's degree. So for the rest of this presentation, these three areas are going to be our focus here, talking to you about why we have such a strong retention rate, graduation rate, and low loan default rate. So to start, retention rate. Students love it here and they stick around. But why? Well, first off, it starts with our campus. Students enjoy how small and compact our campus is. While we're a large institution of around 20,000 students, as Brian shared, we do not feel that big on campus. We're not spread throughout the state of Illinois. We're not spread throughout Bloomington Normal. Everything we have to offer you is right here on this map. To show you how close everything is, we're going to highlight the quad here, our student center, and our admissions office. Nope, I forgot. We're going to highlight all the academic buildings first. So you'll see here, all of our academic buildings are really close to the quad. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you can get anywhere on our campus. So whether you're going from your English class to your math class, or your math class to the fitness center, or to the Bone Student Center, which is kind of like the living room of campus where all our students hang out and study, it's again, maybe 2 songs on your iPhone to get anywhere. Highlighting next are our housing options. We're going to talk a little bit more about these in detail in the next slide, but I wanted to show you on the map where these are located so you can see again how close they are to our quad there. Watterson Towers, Manchester Hewitt, and Tri Towers are the 3 areas on the southern end, and on the top we have Cardinal Court, which is apartment style housing that ISU runs. So let's talk a little bit more about those. Watterson Towers is on the left here, and it's our most unique residence hall in many ways. Well, first of all, it's the tallest residence hall, not only in Illinois, but nationally, the tallest residence hall in the United States, 26 floors high, and its layout also makes it pretty unique. We are organized, or the Watterson is organized in suites. So every 5 floors, you can kind of tell by the windows, or a different suite, a different area of Watterson. And Watterson at the bottom has one of our 2 big dining centers on campus. At the top there's Tri Towers. This is where I lived my freshman and sophomore years. I loved Tri Towers. What I loved about it is it's home to the 2nd big dining center, but also it's really close to our athletic facilities. So if you wanted to go to a football game or a basketball game, see our circus perform, really good place to live is Tri Towers. And on the bottom right is our 3rd residence hall area, which is Manchester Hewitt. Instead of having a dining center at the base of Manchester Hewitt, we have the Julia N. Visor Center, which hosts our academic workshops, our tutoring center, and is a really nice resource for our students to come get free academic support. Manchester Hewitt also has our themed living learning communities. So if you wanted to live with other students studying your same major or having the same interests as you could live in Manchester Hewitt in one of our themed floors. And then in the middle of it all, that is Cardinal Court. And like I said, that is our sophomore apartment style housing that ISU runs, which is a nice transitional housing onto your junior and senior year when you're living in your own apartment. Your room, we wanted to give you a look into what a typical room looks like at ISU. You usually live with one other roommate, and this is a typical room at Illinois State. Both of these pictures show different styles, but each room comes with 2 beds, 2 desks, 2 dressers, and you can arrange it how you like. And hopefully you'll have some time after this presentation to explore some of our housing videos so you can check out some of our other housing options and look at some other rooms. Okay, with living on campus, you're also living in Bloomington Normal, so I want Brian to talk a little bit more about our community here.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Sam. You set up the transition really well there. Not only are you a part of the Illinois State University community, but you become a part of the Bloomington Normal community This is Uptown Normal. Uptown is a great place to explore the community, and it's right next to campus. As you can see in the photo there, at the top of the photo is Watterson Towers, that very large residence hall we have on campus. And so that's very close to campus. That's actually just a block, steps off campus, literally a block off campus. And all the way down on the end of the street on the right-hand side of your screen is Hovey Hall, and that's where our Office of Admissions is located. Now, all the way on the left-hand side of the screen there, you'll see that building with a clock tower on it. That's Uptown Station. That has Amtrak service up to Chicago, down to St. Louis, and really all across the United States. So whether you're coming from Southern Illinois, Northern Illinois, we're going to be able to get you there with the Amtrak. There's also regional bus service to different parts of the state, and specifically the Chicagoland region. And so that's a great way to get to and from campus as well, specifically if you're coming from the Chicagoland suburbs. Now in Uptown Normal, there's a number of things you can see in the photo there. There's a Marriott hotel as well as a Hyatt Place hotel, so two major hotel chains right in the heart of Uptown. We also have the Uptown Theater. It's a historic theater that plays different movies throughout the year, and so that's a great benefit to have right close to campus. There's a number of coffee shops such as Coffee Hound and Coffee House in Uptown. There's a number of great restaurants such as Medici, Insomnia Cookies, Dipito Calzones. There's a number of places that you can fill up on food even late into the evening, such as say 2, 3 a.m. Not that any of you students will be up until those times in college, am I right? And so I'm kidding about that. We know you will be. And so the great event that I love that happens in Uptown is the Sweet Corn and Blues Festival. It's the first weekend of school every year. Unfortunately, again, didn't happen this year, but it's the first weekend of school every year called the Sweet Corn and Blues Festival. It is a weekend event where we bring in 50,000 ears of sweet corn, literally 2 tons of sweet corn, and every student gets a free ear with their student ID. And so we love that event because it's the way our community welcomes all of our students back to campus. Uptown Normal is also great because it has features like the Children's Discovery Museum. And so there's great internship opportunities through the town of Normal even. Within our community right next to campus. Speaking more generally about the town of Normal and Bloomington Normal, our top 50 fortune company in town is State Farm Insurance. Some of you may send your checks there every month for your insurance bills. We also have a brand new startup company called Rivian Automotive, which is an electric truck company. Amazon recently ordered about 100,000 trucks from them to go into their fleet, which is really exciting. So there's a lot of companies and really stable environment within Bloomington Normal. But moving on to a little bit more specifically about your campus experience, there are a number of opportunities to get involved in different organizations on campus. Maybe the Big Red Marching Machine. You can have 300 friends before the first day of school. Maybe Red Alert is up your alley, you know, cheering on the Redbird student athletes. Or maybe the Gamma Phi Circus. You know, Illinois State is one of 2 schools in the country to have a collegiate circus. Fraternity and sorority life, about 10% of our students take part in a fraternity or sorority. Studying at the library with positively stress-free. You know, you can go and pet some dogs to maybe cool off for a little bit, release some stress. We're the first public university in Illinois to have a varsity esports program, which we're really excited to have. And so they're busy gaming in the new facility called the Vault. And so we're really excited to have a new esports program on campus. We have study abroad, so 90 programs in over 43 countries. We have a great honors program. That honors program is more of an in-depth enrichment model rather than an acceleration model. So we're not adding more and faster classes to your schedule. Really, we're helping you dive into topics and ideas at a little bit of a deeper level than maybe some of your peers may want to do so. We also have jobs. About 33% of our students have a campus job on campus. We paid our students about $16 million this past year to specifically work on campus. We know that that's a big part of the campus experience as well. And so that's a little bit about the on-campus involvement experience. If there is something that you're wondering if we have, there's a great website called Your Redbird Life, and you can search all over 400 student organizations on our campus and see to really search to find one that may fit you. If you don't find one, all you need is yourself, 5 other friends, and a faculty or staff member like Sam or I, and you can start a student organization on your own. Another great member of our community is Sage. It's our community outreach dog with the University Police Department. We're super excited to have Sage back for her sophomore year at Illinois State. She's really a great part of our community and enjoys helping students understand that it's a safe environment, and we have a great relationship between students and our campus safety unit and our police department. Now, in terms of the quality of life, we have a lot of great ways to make your quality of life great at Illinois State. I mean, we have thought of everything. Can you believe that we have an app on your phone to help you understand when, or to let you know when your laundry is done? Oh, and the laundry is free, so you don't have to pay for that when you're on our campus. We have a great ISU LEAD certificate program. That certification allows you to build on your leadership skills throughout your time on campus, and it's actually on your transcript when you graduate, and it helps you build those leadership skills throughout different organization involvement, as well as academic involvement and involvement in the community. We have a number of fitness and mindfulness classes. You can even rent bikes for free through our campus recreation center. Seriously, we've thought of everything on campus, even our dining centers. You know, Sam was doing a great job of talking about our dining centers earlier. All of our dining centers offer takeout. So you can get a to-go box, fill it up, and you can go back to your room and watch some Netflix. So it's a great way to, have that convenience, that quality of life as you're working hard in the classroom, but also getting very much involved outside the classroom as well. Now, we love having students at Illinois State, right, Sam? But the best thing about having students on campus is seeing them graduate, right?
Yes. That's a really important part of this presentation, is we want to show you how we're going to make sure you're successful here. So we'll get you where you want to go. And the first step there is understanding all the academic options that you do have. We have over 150 majors at Illinois State. It's not even including all the minors and pre-professional programs that we have. So whatever you want to study, likely we're going to have it or a path to it here at ISU. These are our career and academic clusters. So if you're wanting to learn more about our agriculture and environment careers, for example, you'll find that on our academics page. You can just click on that cluster and see all of our programs that fit under that criteria. And if you are unsure what you want to study, which is really common, know that one great way to start eliminating at least majors that you don't want to study is maybe by clusters. So look at those and figure out which ones you're interested in and eliminate those that you're not, and then dive in and do some more research. Our academic environment here, while we are a large institution of over 20,000 students, it doesn't feel that way in the classroom whatsoever. Average class size at ISU is 31. 86% of our classes are taught by professors. That's one of my favorite statistics, and it's felt by all students. Teaching your general education courses, you're having actual experts, not graduate assistants or teaching assistants. And then 98% of our professors hold the highest degree in their field. That just shows you the small academic, the intimate academic environment that we have here for you. Moving on to advising. Yes, our academic advising model is pretty unique at Illinois State. When you are an incoming freshman, you will have an advisor that just advises freshmen. So all freshmen are advised by an area called University College. Then moving on, your sophomore, junior, and senior years, you're advised by the major expert. So if you're a chemistry major, your sophomore year, you'll be advised by your chemistry advisor that year and the next two. With that though, know that specialized first year advisors also advise undecided majors. So if you're coming in as a transfer student for example, and you're not a freshman, but you still don't know what you want to study, you still have specialized advisors to help you explore different majors and careers. One great resource we have for you, just as a prospective student, just checking out your program, is our plans of study. You can review these on our academics pages right now. You can see every class you'll take for a specific program. And then what this allows you to do is see all 4 years what you'd be taking, the order of the classes you'd be taking these classes in, and then you can dive even farther in if you wanted to learn more about these classes by clicking on them and reading more about the content that you'll be learning about for these programs. For our transfer students, we have wonderful resources that also make transferring into Illinois State from a community college or another four-year institution very easy. Phi Theta Kappa is the National Community College Honor Society. and we have made it on their honor roll every year since its inception. We're one of 12 universities in the United States to be able to, who can say that. And we make it on their honor roll because we're a really transfer-friendly institution. As you saw on the population slide, a third of our students are transfer students. And to help students transfer in, we have transfer credit guides for all 48 Illinois community colleges, where you can see how every class will transfer to ISU. We have major course recommendations, so we're telling you what to take at the community college to make sure you're staying on track. And then we have a great guaranteed admission program for our transfer students called Reber Promise. You can sign up for this as early as your junior year in high school. And what this says is, if you earn an associate's degree and maintain a 2.4 GPA, we're guaranteeing your admission to Illinois State on the other side of that. So some nice promises that ensure a smooth transfer if anybody is thinking about that path. The academic support system. So in addition to your academic advisor and in addition to your professors, we have all sorts of other resources to ensure that you're getting the support you need to be successful academically. We have tutoring, like I said, in the Julian Beiser Center that is, again, free for all of our students. We have a Student Success Center that we hope you take advantage of, and then two transitional courses, Thrive for our incoming freshmen, that is a nice course to learn more about the university, all we have to offer, and how to be a successful college student, and then our transfer student seminar, which is the same, just for our incoming transfer students. And then with that, I'm going to transition back to Brian, who will talk about financial fit and what that looks like here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Sam. One of my favorite questions to ask students and families is, do you think college is an investment? And absolutely, that's an investment, or absolutely a yes to that question. It's an investment of your time, your money, your energy. Absolutely, it's time, an investment within that. And one of the ways that we can help make that a safe investment for you is that your tuition is locked in for 4 years. That's a really great question to ask other schools you may be considering, specifically private schools and out-of-state universities, to ask, hey, what's your average increase in tuition per year? At Illinois State, your average increase is 0%. Your tuition does not go up once you're a student on campus. If anyone knows of any out-of-state students, then please note that some of those students may be eligible for in-state tuition. But all of our Illinois students will be looking at the left side of the screen in terms of in-state tuition and fees for this academic year, which were set at $15,000 for a full year and $98.50 for room and meals or housing and meals, for a total of about $25,000 for the entire academic year. Now, when you consider that cost, that total cost puts us in the lower half of all Illinois public universities. Now, there's other ways that we can help you lower that total cost of attendance. And the way that we're able to do that first is by merit scholarships. And so all students who have at least a 3.3 GPA on a 4.0 scale are eligible for some type of merit-based scholarship on campus. And that's specific for freshman scholarships. And there's no test score required. We'll talk a little bit about what test optional means here in a little bit, but that 3.3 is really that magic number of where you begin to be eligible for scholarships at Illinois State. Transfer scholarships, you would become eligible after completing 24 college hours at another four-year university or a community college and earning a 3.5 GPA within that 24 hours of coursework. Now, we also encourage all families to fill out the free application for federal student aid. Sam and I work with families every single year who will say, oh, Brian, we make too much money to fill out the FAFSA. Wrong. Every single family should fill out the free application for federal student aid or the FAFSA. That will open on October 1st, so just about a week or so away, if you can believe it. And November 15th is the preferred deadline to apply for financial aid, and you'll be using your 2019 tax return information if you are a senior student and family member right now. Now, ways that we're able to support you in your future, we want to see you graduate. We want to see you successful in your career placement. And so we have a number of ways to do that. One is we have a university-wide career services office. This career services office really is the hub for all career support services. For example, they offer free resume review. You can print your resume on actual resume paper there. You can print free business cards. You can get a free professional headshot. So there's a number of services there, but they also host events like a career fair. So on the screen here, you see a student meeting with an employer to learn about different career opportunities. A lot of people and students think, oh, well, I can't really get involved in that until I'm a junior or senior. We actually encourage students to start that process in their freshman and sophomore year so that they're familiar, comfortable, and ready to go. And they may already even have some relationships built with career professionals that they've met at those career fairs previously. Internship coordinators, these are just as important. Internship coordinators are specific staff members identified within each academic department on campus to help you find an internship in your career area. That may be back home, that may be on the East or the West Coast, internationally, but we find true value in helping students connect with their learning inside the classroom to outside the classroom, and internships are an excellent way to do that. And then we also have a career exploration class. You know, Sam was talking about you may not know what you want to do quite yet in terms of college major. That's okay. You can come in as undeclared, take our career exploration class, and hopefully we'll be able to find an academic major for you out of our 150 programs to help get you into a specific career track that you would like to go into. Last but not least, one of my favorite stats that we have right now are that Illinois State graduates earn on average $12,000 above the national average. That is significant. So not only are you getting a low-cost degree, you're likely to be successful, and you're going to make a really good paycheck after graduation. And so we prepare students extremely well, not only you know, in terms of their academic involvement, but also their outside the classroom involvement as well. So Sam, if students are ready to apply, how do they do it?
Let me tell you, Brian, this is the finale of the presentation. I'm going to talk to you about the application process and how easy it is to apply to Illinois State University. Take the mystery out of it. To start, our application's online. We have our own application. We do not participate in the Common App. You will find our application at illinoisstate.edu/apply, and there is a $50 application fee with that. The application is self-reported, so know when you go into the application, you're going to be telling us all about yourselves, from your GPA to the classes you've taken to what you're involved in, and we will review everything you submit in the admission review process. The application for fall 2021 is open now. It opened on September 1st, and we would like you to apply freshmen who are high school seniors, so for coming in as freshmen by November 15th. And my transfer students, we would like you to apply by January 15th. These are our preferred filing periods for scholarship reasons. You want to apply in these timelines. For major availability reasons, you want to apply in these timelines. And then of course, for financial aid, for orientation purposes, best to apply in these preferred timelines. What we review in the application review process here, we will review courses completed first and foremost. We need to see, if you are applying as a freshman, we need to see at least 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 2 years of a lab science, 2 years of a social science, and then 2 years of a fine arts or 2 years of the same foreign language. For example, Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. We will check for that first and foremost. Then we are going to review your GPA, of course, both transfers and for incoming freshmen. We are test optional for our fall 2021 freshmen this year. So you may submit an SAT, ACT scores. It can only help you in the admission review process, but it is not a requirement for admission review. That is why we are test optional. So we're looking at you more holistically. So do take some time when you are completing that application and telling us all about yourself, and potentially, if you choose to, writing that academic personal statement. This is an optional personal statement that you can include, but it's your chance to tell us anything else you would like to about you as a student and how you are going to be a good academic fit at Illinois State. So all things we'll consider in that review process. And then who we're admitting, this is our fall 2020 admitted student profiles, so our middle 50% ranges of who we're admitting. Typically, incoming freshmen, the middle 50%, have between a 3.2 and a 3.9 GPA and a 4-point scale. Our test score ranges, as you can see, once again, those are optional, but those are typical admit ranges. And then most transfers coming in with around a 3.1 GPA. With that, after you are reviewed for admission, you will get a beautiful acceptance packet with all of your next steps, where we'll break down everything from remember to fill out the FAFSA to don't forget to send us your final transcript. So for freshmen, you can read through of how to commit to the university. So we'll have an enrollment deposit due May 1st. Housing contract process we'll talk you through in that acceptance packet, the math placement exam, preview orientation in the summer we'll talk about, and then submitting all your final scores and transcripts by August 1. And then for transfers, same thing with FAFSA. By November 15th, we want your FAFSA for next year. Coming to orientation in March and June, it's a little earlier, March through June, a little earlier than freshman orientation. Securing your living arrangements and sending in your final transcript. So with that, I will go ahead and turn it back over to Brian here.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, you know, we wanted to let you know that we do have a few options in terms of other visits that we're offering at this point. We do have online virtual tours happening, so you can certainly do a virtual tour on your own, but I think a better experience for a lot of students and families is the guided virtual tour that we're offering. We have students who are actually walking you through that virtual tour itself and lending their specific experience to campus. So highly recommend that guided virtual tour. You can sign up for that on our website at illinoisstate.edu/visit. And then last but not least, we are offering limited in-person visits as well. We do offer a self-guided tour. So if you're looking to come to campus and maybe do something on your own, we certainly understand, and that is certainly an option. But if you are looking for a little bit of a more hands-on experience, we are again offering very limited options at this point. Of course, following all CDC guidelines and state of Illinois guidelines in terms of requiring masks on campus. And so we are offering on-campus tours in very small limited groups. And you can certainly go onto our website to schedule a time to come to campus. All right, so we are excited to offer a question and answer section. And so we actually are happy to take questions of any students and families who are on the call tonight. We do have a couple questions coming in on the question and answer feature. But as a reminder, if you go down to the bottom of the screen there is a Q&A button. And when you click on that, you can enter in your questions. And again, Samantha or I will be happy to answer those questions. All right, Sam. So Victoria, she has a question about, do you have any study abroad options? Can you maybe talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. As Brian shared earlier, we encourage all of our students to have some sort of international experience, whether that's a whole semester abroad or it's a spring break, a summer break, a couple weeks over winter break. We do encourage all of our students to go explore something outside of the United States. So if you want to, we can make that happen, whether that's through taking classes abroad, an internship abroad, student teaching abroad. And as Brian also shared, we have over 90 programs to choose from. And I do encourage you to look on our Study Abroad website. You can search by country, you can search by major, you can search by program offerings and see everything that you have to choose from. I know the biggest piece of advice when it comes to studying abroad is if you want to do it, let your advisor know early so they can make sure they fit it in your 4-year plan. Great question.
Yeah,
Brian.
And actually, well, I was going to say, Sam, I was looking at the questions and I think that really transitions well to a question from a student about our nursing program. I was actually talking with a student today about the study abroad options in nursing. I learned that students were able to go to Panama, Brazil, and Russia last year to study the culture of nursing. So that's kind of a unique program that is academic program specific.
Yes.
And so, you know, you're going to find some really unique options even within your program. But to get to this question about nursing, the question is, can you talk about the nursing program? Is it direct admission? It is directed admit. Actually, all of our, I should say 98% of our programs on campus are direct admission. And if you're wondering what that means, it means that if you apply to the university and you are admitted to that program, there is not a further application process or selection process to get into that program. Again, 98% of our programs on campus are direct admit. Nursing is one of those. It is a highly competitive major. We typically receive over 1,000 applications for that one program year in and year out. And that's probably going to be no different this year as well. And so we're going to be looking again very closely at your GPA, the courses that you've taken. There is an additional essay for the nursing program. We're also asking about your involvement within the nursing field. And so there are these different things that we're going to be reviewing in what we call a holistic review process. So we're not only looking at your GPA and your involvement, we're looking at everything that you're submitting within the application. So typically students have been most competitive by having a 3.8 GPA in previous years. Again, that's likely to look different this year based on what the application pool looks like. So depending on how many applications we receive and the average of those GPAs, that may look a little bit different this year, but that's what it has been in previous years.
Wonderful. I'll go ahead and take Gabriel's question about meal plans. Gabriel asked, what are the meal plans like? Is it walk up and pay? Do you have to purchase a plan? It's a great question. And the answer is you have a lot of options. So your meal plan coming into ISU, everyone will choose one coming in as a freshman. You can choose anything from the unlimited plan, which means you can go to the dining center as many times as you want, anytime that you want, or a more restricted plan, meaning you'll have a set number of meals that you can have for the semester, and you can go in maybe 2 times a day, 3 times a day, depending on that meal plan. And then each meal plan actually comes with dining dollars, which means, that's the wrong word. What is it, Brian?
Flex dollars.
Thank you, flex dollars, which means you can use your meal plan in the restaurants on campus. So if you wanted to go to Starbucks or McAllister's or Subway, you also have money to use there with each of our meal plans as well.
Great. This other question we have is regarding what other scholarship opportunities we have. And so the question or the information that we covered in the session tonight is specific to merit-based scholarship. So meaning specific to your, you become eligible specific to your GPA, but there's going to be other things that we're considering within your application process for those scholarships. So the Redbird Academic Scholarship, the University Scholarship, and the Presidential Scholarship are all scholarships the Office of Admissions at Illinois State awards. Now there are other scholarships at the university. For example, the College of Fine Arts majors such as the School of Music, the School of Theater and Dance, and the School of Art offer specific talent scholarships to recruit and enroll students. There are scholarships within other academic programs that are awarded, such as our College of Education awards a large amount of money year in and year out to help recruit students. So not only are there university scholarships that you can be eligible for, there are also departmental and academic college level scholarships that can help bring down that cost to attend the university. But again, the easiest and the most important way that you can help yourself in terms of maximizing your opportunity for aid and grants and scholarships on campus is by filling out the free application for federal student aid and adding Illinois State as a selection on that form.
Vanessa asked a couple more questions here that I'll address. What's your average freshman GPA? The average freshman profile, so the middle 50% GPA range that we admitted for fall 2020 was that 3.2 to the 3.9 range. So right around a 3.5 is the average freshman GPA coming in on a 4-point scale. Keep in mind that 25% of our freshmen coming in fall below that, and 25% of our freshmen admitted, are above that. So if you are below that 3.2 GPA with that bottom line of the middle 50% range, we do encourage you to write that personal statement to talk a little bit more about your academics and your academic preparedness. And then the second question Vanessa asked was about the courses needed to be accepted into ISU. We do have that full list that I went over on our admissions page, but just as a reminder, that's 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 2 years of lab science, 2 years of social science, and then 2 years of the fine arts, or 2 years of the same foreign language. Good questions, Vanessa.
Yeah, and I think, just a helpful hint, you can type into google.com, you can just
Yeah.
type in requirements, Illinois State, and our website will come up with those specific requirements. And honestly, that's probably going to be your best resource, is our website, to find that information all laid out, because we lay out all of the steps within that process and what we're going to require.
Yes.
Sam, it looks like we have a transfer question.
Yes,
I
we
think you'd be good
do.
at answering those.
Yes. I don't think I actually introduced my title at the beginning, but I work mostly with transfer students in our admissions office. So if you have any transfer questions, I'm your go-to person. Elvis asked about transfer GPA and what that looks like. So all of our majors for transfer students have their own set requirements that you have to meet in order to transfer into that program. So that makes it a little different than incoming freshmen who, if they're admissible to the university, for the most part, they're going to be admissible to the program. There are some that are more competitive, but transfer students have to meet their major requirements, and that may include a minimum GPA and course requirements. So you want to be aware of that as early as possible, so you're making sure to take the correct courses and maintaining the appropriate GPA to guarantee your admission on the other side. I, like Brian, recommend utilizing our website there to review those. You can utilize our academics page, click on the major you're interested in. I think Elvis is interested in our College of Business. And then you can see, if you click on business administration, for example, and transfer students, all the admission requirements for our students laid out clearly there. Thanks, Elvis.
Awesome, great question. Sam, let's I know we only have a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's each talk about why Illinois State is a special place for us. I can go first for ease.
Sure.
So I love Illinois State. I graduated from Illinois State myself. I went to a different graduate school. I started my career at a different college and university in Illinois, just east of us. And so I highly, encourage you to come and look at Illinois State. The Bloomington Normal community is phenomenal. And I think what's most important is that the people of Illinois State are just different, and different in a good way. We are a very caring place of professionals and faculty and staff, and students are happy on campus, right? I mean, look at the retention rate, look at the graduation rate. And that just breeds a very successful and encouraging environment. It's a great place to live. I grew up in the Chicagoland suburbs, made my way to Normal. I'm back in Chicagoland as a regionally based staff member, but Bloomington Normal is a phenomenal place to live, learn, and grow.
That was a great answer, Brian. I also went to Illinois State, and I'm from the opposite of where Brian's from. I'm from a very small town in Illinois, so it was really intimidating coming into a bigger city and a bigger college than even the size of my town was. But what I loved about it is what Brian shared, and that's how open and friendly everyone is, from the student body to the faculty to the staff. It really does feel like you're home away from home. And I enjoyed it as a student, and I continue to enjoy that as a staff member.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam. All right. So if you have any questions for either Sam or I or one of our other staff members that can help you, we'd be happy to take your questions at admissions@illinoisstate.edu. That does it for me and Sam tonight. Thank you so much for joining us to learn a little bit more about ISU. And to transition out of this session time here, we're going to just give you a few reminders regarding the StriveScan virtual program. So thank you for joining us for the virtual college exploration for all Illinois students. You will have a quick survey pop up after this call ends. And we, again, encourage you to sign up for more sessions at IACAC.org. And as a reminder, you have about a week or so, I would say a couple days to a week or so, to wait for the recording to become available for this session and all other sessions. That it will be a few days to a week or so timeline to see those recorded sessions, again, online at IACAC.org. Thank you again so much for attending, and we hope you all have a good night. Thanks, everybody.